at Capitol Drive. The northbound side's filling in from just north of Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. But for the most part, everything else is moving along well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, early sprinkles, then decreasing clouds in the afternoon, a high of 68. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, patchy fog, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Ben Brust. Hear me every day on KBN from 2 to 5. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Because I got the whole roll of Amazon stuff here. Okay?
This is fantastic.
Not mine, not mine, not mine, not mine.
Not yours.
Not mine, 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 mine.
What did you get?
Pickles.
Look at this. What did you buy here? You will never be able to finish all this stuff. Of course I will. These are all staples. A 4-pound can of black olives? That's a staple? Lindsay olives, Jerry.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Not mine, 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 not mine. Whew, I'm tired. Not mine, 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 mine.
Okay, so
What did you get that
was
time?
Genius mushrooms.
48-pack of Eggo waffles, a gallon of barbecue sauce, 10 pounds of cocktail meatballs. $17.50. You can't beat that. Look at this can of tuna. Yeah, Star Kids, Jerry. Most tuna don't make their cut.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
You're trying to ruin my morning by playing that song. That's the most 70s song I've ever heard in my entire life.
Well, didn't the Open already wreck it? I thought, what, we're already in the reruns after our third year?
Did wrecked them. Yeah, we gotta. Can somebody send a text to Ashy? What a lazy ass.
No kidding.
Couldn't update the Open. What is he even doing now? He's not on the show.
I don't know if you can accuse somebody of being lazy and then request somebody else to send the text.
Well, I'm very busy.
That's a good point.
Can somebody else
I'll
send
do
the
it.
texts?
Well, I just assumed he would want to jump at the opportunity.
Hey, Ashy, you suck.
Usually you talk to text it. I always enjoy the translation.
Let's check the
Oh, boy.
translation.
Yes.
No, okay. All right.
I'll send it to all of you.
Yeah, thank you.
How do you do that?
Okay.
Just open up the...
Is Ashy on there?
Open up the group text.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm having issues.
I didn't realize this was going to be a tutorial.
Ashy, you suck. Areola. Areola.
Why does your phone have areola in it?
What's Ariole? What is that?
I don't know.
I
Oh, Oriole. It just showed up. It's Oriole.
Is it?
Oriole Ashy, you suck areola. That's what it says.
That's how you spell Oriole?
Oriole, yeah.
As in Baltimore Oriole.
Yeah, but it's plural usually.
Yeah.
So there's an S on the end.
You learn something
Can we get to the big news already?
What's the big news?
Holy bleep. Holy bleep. Holy bleep. Now, you can fill in the bleep with whatever four-letter word you want to, which is what we were doing yesterday in the text chain. And I imagine holy bleep was shared between many people, dozens of people, hundreds of people, maybe even thousands yesterday at approximately what time, Gabe? What time was it that we were sharing holy bleep, holy bleep, holy bleep in our, 1:24.
Yeah.
1:24 in the afternoon. So where were you yesterday at 1:24?
So at 1:24 yesterday, I was sitting in an office at our friends at Wilde have acquired some new dealerships in Menominee Falls. And I had a meeting out there with a couple of our salespeople that I joined a little late. So I kind of felt bad because I joined a little late. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make the meeting. I had something before it. And we sit down, we're kind of talking about the new things going on with Ewald. And I had the vest on yesterday. And in my front vest pocket, I just feel I am getting 1,000 texts. They're coming fast. They're coming furious. They just keep coming. And I'm sitting there thinking, all right, this is obviously something that's very important. I need to try to find a way to just sneakily look at my phone, right? So I just kind of, I'm sitting there. I kind of pull it out, just kind of look. And none of the texts that I received actually said Damian Lillard to the Bucks. They're all, oh my God, holy bleep, holy bleep. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, so I have to quickly now open up Twitter, and of course the first tweet I see is the Woj bomb that Damian Lillard is coming to the Bucks. So then I just blurt out, holy bleep. And everyone looks at me, what? Damian Lillard's going to the Bucks. No way. So now everybody else is pulling out their phones as I just completely interrupted the meeting because this is the biggest thing to happen since the Bucks won a title.
Holy bleep is exactly what I said out loud when I read the Woj bomb, and my 3-year-old daughter said, Mommy, you said a bad word. And I was like, get used to it! Holy bleep, as Damian Lillard is a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. And I'm trying to figure out, Chew, why the reaction to this news was so incredulous, was so, I can't believe this. Is it because here in Wisconsin, we always get real, real close, but we never can pull the trigger? We can never actually get it across the finish line?
Maybe I was like, who cares? It's football season. I mean, really, it's like Angie saying, hey, you have a root canal in 4 months. Wonderful. Talk to me in June. I mean, is he that good? Is he going to really make that big a difference?
October, November, December, January.
Who was my guy from, did he play in Toronto?
Dame?
I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
Kawhi Leonard? You're thinking of Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
No, the other guy.
Oh, Jesus. You're thinking of...
Not my guy who's awesome. I'd love to have him.
Yeah, so he, Van Vliet.
Yeah, who's very, very good. Now, isn't there one more guy on there?
Chewy would rather have Fred Van Vliet.
Lowry. That's the guy. Is he better than Lowry?
Come on, Gabe. Look at the blink, blink, blink. He's doing the blink, 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 blink. He's saying it in Morse code with his eyes.
Listeners had my same reaction, it's football season, who cares?
No. Incorrect. Wrong.
Is he better than Fred Van Vliet and Kyle Lowry?
Yes.
That's the reaction you have.
Is he as good a defender as Drew?
No.
Well, then, let's tone it down a little bit.
Hold on, Chew. Do you remember that game last year? Big game, sort of pivotal, where Giannis didn't want to have the ball in his hands.
Yes.
Okay, you remember that? Now they got the guy who wants to have the ball in his hands in that moment.
The one guy in the league that everybody wants to have the ball in his hands at the end of the game.
You know what excited me the most about the trade? Punchable face is gone.
Grayson Allen.
Pour one out.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, great. You know what?
He had a good,
wonderful.
He had a good reaction to it because he had tweeted out just a couple of days ago that he changed his number again. It'd been his third number with the Bucks, and he tweeted out, "Promise, Bucks fans, this is the last time I changed my number."
All right,
that's true.
Look, I'm not an NBA fan. I like the Bucks. Great. I watch basketball in June. I'm not going to watch it. Translate this to football for me. Is this the Packers getting Taylor?
It's probably bigger than Taylor because Taylor's a good player, but he's not. The NBA put out their 75th anniversary team just a couple years ago, Chew.
Yeah.
75 best players in the history of the league.
All time.
Dame was on the list.
Great.
This is probably equivalent to
right now the Packers getting who? Trading for who in the NFL?
It would be like the third best wide receiver in the NFL.
Devontae.
It would be. Yes, it's like Devontae.
It's like Devontae.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe a little bit better than that because Devontae's like a fringe Hall of Famer
I've heard
right
the
now,
name, haven't
and
really
Dame's
watched the
a
game.
Hall of Famer. Like Dame's going to the Hall of Fame. We have the debates about Jimmy Butler, and we did all that during the Bucks season when they were playing the Heat. Like, there's zero debate. Damian Lillard is a Hall of Famer.
So why do you think our reaction was holy bleep? Why do you think everyone's reaction was holy bleep, Gabe? What put us in that position? Was it just that they had been publicly flirting him in Miami? They've been publicly like expressing their love for one another, and you thought, well, that's going to happen, and we're going to be an also-ran, and it's not going to happen, and so let's just move on with the guys we have.
The Bucks have done a lot of good things since Giannis was drafted, and this ownership took over. Like obviously, they won a championship, but the guys they won a championship with were an 18-year-old draft pick who played in the B League of Greece, a throwaway in a Brandon Jennings for Brandon Knight trade in Chris Middleton. And Drew Holiday, when they acquired him, like there was, actually they had to give up the 5 first-round picks and all of that. And Drew's a really good player. He's a 2-time All-Star now. He's an Olympian, all those things. But this is like the next level of that. Like for somebody to actually agree to, hey, A, I want to play for the Bucks, and B, for the Bucks to do this in the silence. Yeah, there were whispers, but I guess nobody really believed the whispers, and that kind of goes
But why? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that because we've been burned other times where we've been in the conversation, but we're just never the guy at the end of the day? Like, what is that contributed to everyone to a man? I'm getting it here in the talk and text line as well. People saying that their reaction was, let's see, Randy in Greendale saying, I saw Woj's tweet, had to check with my brother to make sure it wasn't a bogus account. I'm on the phone with my brother. I see Sham's tweet confirming it. I scream, holy F.
How many times in Wisconsin sports history have we gotten the guy? We flirted with him. How many times? Hell,
when he's been the guy? You're saying when he's been the guy. Getting the guy when he's been the guy?
Yeah. Reggie?
Because Brett's the biggest trade.
But we didn't know what we were getting with Brett.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Reggie.
Reggie wasn't a trade, though.
No, but he was, but that was, I'm just saying getting the guy. Straight up getting the guy when he is the guy. Like
Reggie was 50 times bigger than that.
Reggie was the biggest thing
Reggie opened the door for us to get free agents, right? All right, so let me throw some names. Who would you rather have, Jimmy Butler or Lillard?
Dame.
Don't say it so fast.
No, but it is fast. It's
Again,
like it's definitive. Here's the thing: Jimmy Butler wanted Dame. You know what I mean? Like, that's how big this is. The Miami Heat said, we want Dame. Dame said, I'll go to Miami. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Bucks.
Okay.
Boom.
Again, there's a debate of whether or not Jimmy Butler is a Hall of Famer. There is zero debate about Damian Lillard.
Jimmy Butler's a winner, though. You got to give him that.
Yeah, so is
he
Dame.
is a winner.
So is Dame.
No, they haven't won anything.
Either's Jimmy. What's Jimmy won?
Well, they went from the 8th seed to the NBA Finals. That's pretty good.
Sure, they didn't win it.
Let me throw another. A trouble-free Kyrie.
Dame.
I don't believe you.
Well, it's really nothing we can do about that then, is there, buddy? Ryan and McGuanago weighing in on the talk and text line saying, Chewy, this would be like the Packers trading for, in his prime, Aaron Donald.
Really? Why don't you ever hear much about him?
Because
they don't win? Because he plays for Portland?
Because you go to bed at 6 o'clock at night.
No, but they've never been relevant.
Have you never heard of Dame time? Have you never seen somebody
I've heard
tapping?
of Damian Lillard. That's about as far as it goes. But Portland's never been relevant, right? Not since Bill Walton.
Weren't they in the Western Conference Finals?
A couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Name 4 players on the team.
CJ, what's his name? McCollum.
Yusuf that team, yeah. Those guys aren't there anymore.
This is,
but they were on that team that went to the conference finals.
Okay.
It does feel like, again, if he has the type of production, performance, contributions that we think that Damian Lillard could have, because obviously it's all, in the future, hypothetical at this point, the biggest trade acquisition in Wisconsin sports history. Because again, people keep talking about CeCe Sabathia. I'm seeing it over and over and over again on the talk and text line here, 800-990-3776. But CeCe was a rental. Like, you went out, you got him, you knew you only had him for that short stretch. He threw the team on his back, got you to the postseason, obviously broke that streak of not having been there, but then he was gone. He was, drifted off into the sunset. Dame will be here, at least for a few seasons, right? And more than anything, guys, isn't this the move when we were having the conversation about Giannis saying to the ownership, hey, you got to be on the same page as me. You got to show me that you're committed to winning another title. Isn't this the move that shows that?
Yeah.
Isn't it? We were saying, but they've done all the things. They keep your brother on the team and they go out and get all your people and they're already in the repeater tax. And what more can they do? Well, this is Exhibit A. This is Exhibit A, B, C, D, blah, blah, blah,
because
Z.
Not only that, Dame has a contract for the next 4 years. Well, 3 plus an option. But basically the next 4 years. So to me, this proves that the Haslams bought in and they were kind of stuck with whatever was here, right? But this proves that they're willing to dip into that repeater tax into the future as well.
So do they extend Giannis now?
It doesn't make sense for him to do it until after the season. Like financially for Giannis.
But this should be enough for him to say, okay.
And also, why not
so.
see how it goes? Why not use this season as let's see how it goes, right? Because they talk so much with the Milwaukee Bucks about personality, chemistry. We know how important that is to the success of a team. So let them have this. This is like a trial run. You got a season trial run where you can say, hey, this worked out really, really, really well. And if it doesn't, which I don't think it's not going to, I think it's going to work out well because
they're winning the title.
They have played. What was that?
The championship. They're winning it. Bucks and 6. We're back, baby.
You just jinxed them.
Well, I too have my Bucks in 6 shirt on. I have my NBA Paints hat on this morning with my Fear Me Dear. NBA Paints, guys, by the way, has the Dame dollar.
Yeah, I want that shirt.
On a buck, right? I already texted him and was like, homie, put it on a hat and I will buy them all. I bought the shirt, though, just so you know. I bought it yesterday. You'll see it on this show probably in 3 to 6 business days. Get pumped up, Milwaukee. Potawatomi Casino Hotel is bringing 24/7 sports betting to the great city of Milwaukee with the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Maybe you feel as confidently as our guy Gabe does about the NBA team here in town. And if you do, go to Potawatomi. Go ahead and put your money where your mouth is. Enjoy the convenience of a self-service kiosk, odds boards, wall-to-wall TVs, free parking, great food, and a full-service bar. Put your game face on. It is time to bet big and bet bold at the Potawatomi Sportsbook at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We've got Jason Wilde coming up next. Then we'll have Eric Name. We'll continue talking Bucks. And, of course, the Packers have a big game tonight against those Detroit Lions. That's next.
The Bucks have traded for Damian Lillard.
Lillard, long-range three, and it's good! At the buzzer! Damian Lillard!
React to the trade with us. 94.5 ESPN.
So far, we're moving along pretty well. We have one incident up on the board. It's on northbound 41, right about at the ramp from Watertown Plank Road. The left lane is blocked because of a broken down vehicle. So things are starting to slow down back towards Blue Mound Road. Southbound 43 is backing up just a little bit at Capitol Drive. The northbound side's filling in from just north of Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. But for the most part, everything else is moving along well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Early sprinkles, then decreasing clouds in the afternoon. A high of 68. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, patchy fog, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Prost! Matt and Katie here from Milwaukee Pretzel Company.
I'm so excited to talk about my favorite season.
Christmas?
No, Oktoberfest. That magical, gemütlich kite-filled time in autumn when friends and family cozy up under the glow of string lights with music, beer, sausage.
And pretzels.
Of course with pretzels.
It's why we're giving 25% off any online order with the code PROST25.
That's PROST25 at MilwaukeePretzel.com.
But only for a limited Stein.
Okay, you need to stop doing that.
Don't get salty.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is October 15th. If your family is interested in becoming part of the CMH tradition, make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 15th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. As the only school awarded the Exemplary Award for Academic Excellence by the Archdiocese, find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet faculty, learn about all the clubs and extracurricular activities. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
This Brewers Top Moment is presented by Network Health.
June 6, 2023, with the Brewers and Orioles tied at 3 apiece in the bottom of the 10th inning. Facing 2 outs with runners on first and second, it was Joey Wiemer, the Brewers rookie, coming through with the game-winning hit.
Breaking ball hammered down the left field line. This ball is going to one-hop the wall, and this game is over. Joey Wiemer with his second walk-off of the season, and the Brewers
This Brewers Top Moment is presented by Network Health.
Hi, I'm John McGivern. If you're looking for a Medicare plan with freedom and flexibility, choose a Network Health Medicare Advantage plan. Plans start as low as $0 a month with $0 doctor visits and $0 prescription drugs, plus vision, hearing, and dental benefits. For 40 years, Network Health has been a trusted expert in making health insurance affordable and understandable. Don't wait. Call 833-7-NETWORK today.
Hey, Drew Scott here. And I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready, down, hunt. All Packers, all the time.
I think he's got a chance. When years ago, I was like, oh my God, I don't think this guy's going to be very good at all. I'm willing to allow for the possibility that he's going to be good.
Okay, most of the time.
Almonds specifically or all nuts?
Well, these nuts, those nuts, whatever nuts work.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Boucher Automotive. With 16 different new car brands and over 35 pre-owned brands to choose from. Boucher Automotive. We are driven by you. Also sponsored by Century Foods. Win 2 tickets to see Green Bay host Kansas City on Sunday, December 3rd. Compliments of Century Foods. Find the weekly code on Century's Facebook or Instagram and enter to win.
As excited as we are about Dame Lillard joining the Milwaukee Bucks, that's more of a long-term thing. Immediately, there is a big game up in Green Bay tonight. Packers versus Lions. We are joined now by Jason Wilde to help us break it all down. Jason, the injury report says it's still, possibly we won't see those guys in Christian Watson and in Aaron Jones, but it sounds like confirmed they will be out there. That feels to me like it tips the scales in the Packers' favor. Am I just being a homer when I say that?
No, it's really good news, obviously. And I would say that, ever since one of my pet peeves is that they did away with the probable designation, where you still were on the injury report and there's still an outside chance that you might not play because of your injury, but you were likely to play. I think if we still had probable, that's where those guys would be, just because of kind of the where they're at in their returns. By the way, I agree. Everyone's very excited about Dame Lillard. I do have someone in my house who's not all that excited, so we can't speak universally about that.
And that's a Drew Holiday thing, right? Yes.
It is, yeah. There's some. That news did not go over well yesterday.
Jason, wait till she sees him hit a 40-footer, Jason. Then she's gonna get excited again.
Right. I hate to see good guys go, though.
Oh, and I'm sure it was a hard thing for the Bucs to do.
Yeah.
And she got excited about playing defense, which was pretty cool. That's not something that kids get all excited about. And watching Drew, I think, was really good for her, just kind of learning how to be a well-rounded player. So we're definitely excited. And Tausch, I'm sure, will be taking a nice big victory lap for having predicted this on April 27th. So it's awesome, but we're going to miss Drew Holiday around here.
Jason, is there a chance Bakhtiari retires?
I don't know about that. He ain't no Ken Rutgers. Again, I don't take this lightly at all, but we kind of talked about how I have no idea what the hell's going on with him, right? And frankly, this is the way they want it. But I thought when Joe Thomas was on with us the other day and him describing what was going on with his knee during his final season, and the fact that again, we love Joe. The fact that a Pro Football Hall of Famer would say that rupturing his triceps was in some ways a relief because it was so difficult for him to get ready to play each week with his knee. The fact that he had practiced 3 times during his final season. The fact that he talked about how he kept it from the Cleveland media, just how bad it was. I thought that was some of the most insightful stuff I've heard from anyone about anything on our show. Because, I don't think any of us know exactly what's going on with Bakhtiari's knee, and I think there's a kind of a feeling of frustration, not just within the organization or not just with David, but obviously with fans as well. And the four of us on this panel. And so I thought Joe's description gave me a little more of an idea of, okay, this could be really just impossible for him to get himself ready. Like, as you well know, Chew, like there's a huge difference between your knee being good enough so you can walk around the grocery store versus it being good enough so you can play 65 snaps of football with Aiden Hutchinson ramming into you at full speed, right? And so I did send David a note yesterday after he was ruled out saying, hey, I don't know how bad things are. I know you've held back in terms of giving us specifics on what's happening with your knee. But I don't know if you know Joe Thomas at all. I'd be happy to connect you with him. But I think Joe's insight is really, really good. He's going to be at the game tonight. He's calling the game for Westwood 1. I would hope that at some point during this season now, David could do something that Joe didn't, and that is describe what exactly is going on, because I still say that his handling and LaFleur's handling of week 2 has really exacerbated people's frustrations with him not being available. And I just feel like if we knew more, there'd be a little more understanding, because I'll be honest, I didn't practice week 1, played. Mm-hmm. Didn't practice week 2, game on turf, didn't play. Didn't practice week 3, game on grass, didn't play. Didn't practice week 4, grass, short week, not playing. Under what circumstances is he actually going to play? I don't know the answer to that, and it would be nice to have some idea what exactly stars need to align for him to be out there.
Jason, with all the injuries, I feel a big one for the Packers because of how Amon-Ra St. Brown is used by the Lions is Jair. Do we have any feel on his availability with his back injury?
Well, they did say that he would have been limited as opposed to not practicing, so that would be an encouraging sign. I also think there is I think Chewy would like Jair because I do think there is some old school, there's a big matchup, my team needs me, even though my back hurts, I'm still going to play kind of vibe from him. Mm-hmm. So I think there's, I give him a better chance than maybe I would some other guys that didn't play on Sunday, had a back issue that cropped up before that game, and now they've got the short week. But again, they didn't practice. Nobody practiced this week. This was like a Bakhtiari week, right? Like, because of the short week, they did walkthroughs only. So I'm not sure, Dewey, I would defer to you, having had back problems. I don't know how good of a gauge he has on whether he's ready to play or not.
Do you know if it's spasms, or did he have an MRI? Is there a disc issue? Because spasms, we've all had them. Jen, you talk about how you get them chronically. Mm-hmm. They're debilitating. You walk around like, ugh. They're not fun.
Why are you smiling?
It would be hard to say.
Well, because of the Percocet.
There we go. That was the disconnect.
Yeah, if it's spasms, Jason, and I've had them in the neck and in the lower back, it's just debilitating, and they decide when it wants to go away. That's why I drink Mio. It's all about hydration.
Okay, I thanks for explaining that, I guess.
Well, I don't know if you've seen it, Jason, but he has, how many ounces is that shoe? Is that 100 ounces?
Yeah.
So he has 100-ounce water that he brings in here every day. He sprays Mio in it so it's got some flavor, but he drinks, and that thing is gone by the time the show is over.
So I knew that he was a big hydrator, which would be a great nickname, the Big Hydrator.
The Hydrator.
But
I like
that. I didn't know that it was connected to his back. So the way that sentence ended just took me by surprise. That's all.
Well, Jason, let me explain it like this. Guys do things during the week to dehydrate their bodies, so they have to make sure they're hydrated. If they don't hydrate, then I'm a firm believer, and if you don't hydrate, that is a big reasoning behind muscle pulls and spasms and things like that. If you don't you remember Kent Johnston, right? Kent Johnston?
Yep, of course.
I learned that all from Kent.
I love that you're acting like hydrating is good for you is a Chewy thing, right?
This is the first one to it.
Like Gatorade hasn't made its money in that
still
space
do things
for
during the
40
week
years.
to dehydrate my body, so I got to make sure I'm hydrated.
Good Lord. Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us. I, for one, am very excited about tonight's game. I know there are a lot of people out there who are as well, and we appreciate your insight in advance of it.
All right, I'm going to go drink 100 ounces of water.
Yeah, Chewy said, drink your water. Got to stay hydrated.
Jason,
just wait till the world picks up on that one.
I'll be the hydrator. You'll be the baby hydrator. Okay, that didn't work well.
I really want to know where you were going with that one.
Jason, you know what color my Mio is today, too? Your and my favorite color.
Purple?
Close.
This is not really going as
Me
you
and
saw
Jason
it.
love pink. I'm losing today.
It's not great.
I just speaking of colors real quickly, Chewy is right about hydration, and they have a big, huge poster on the wall of the bathroom in the locker room with varying colors of urine that
I've seen those.
Tell you what to do based on what your color of your pee should be versus if it's, I think the last one is like a brown, which I don't know how you...
I think you drive yourself to the hospital immediately, Jason, if it's that color.
Which I was a little worried that was Chewy's favorite color of Mio. So, all right, guys. Take care. Be good.
You can listen to Jason Wilde on Wilde and Tausch right after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We got to get to break. We've got Eric Name coming up next. Eric is going to talk to us about the bombshell acquisition yesterday for the Milwaukee Bucks. Dame Lillard coming to Milwaukee.
Palermo's is Wisconsin's hometown pizza, and they've been making great tasting frozen pizza, including Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, Screamin' Sicilian. They even have, from the hit Netflix series Stranger Things, Surfer Boy Pizza under that umbrella. And it's a game night tonight. Nothing goes better than pizza and football. So make sure, on your way home from work, before the game tonight, you stop by your local grocer's freezer aisle, pick up some Palermo's, throw it in the oven tonight. You won't be disappointed because Palermo's is Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we do have a problem on northbound 41 at Watertown Plank Road. It is a broken down vehicle partially blocking the left lane, and that's backing things up through the zoo pretty much in all directions. As a matter of fact, the northbound bypass is slowing down from before Oklahoma Avenue all the way through the zoo interchange up to that scene. Eastbound to northbound and westbound to northbound ramps in the zoo also affected. Southbound on 43, we're seeing backups from just before Silver Spring all the way down to Locust. Northbound heavy from Fond du Lac Avenue up to about Keefe. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, early sprinkles, decreasing clouds in the afternoon, a high of 68. Tonight, partly cloudy, partly to mostly cloudy, patchy fog with a low of 58. Weather is brought to you by Adams Generators, the #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. Call for your free quote today at 262-944-2010 for power, peace of mind, or visit adamspower.com/generators. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 32-ounce selected varieties cremette pasta, 2 for $5. 15 to 16-ounce selected varieties Seattle's Best Coffee, $5.49. 20 to 31.6-ounce selected varieties Latza Matza Pizza, $5.99. 14-ounce or 3-count selected varieties Häagen-Dazs ice cream bars, $4.49.
Let's see. Spices. Cardamom? Hibiscus powder. It's like looking at Green Bay's roster right now. I don't recognize it, but I'll learn to love it.
Attention Century shoppers, you're going to love this opportunity. Win 2 tickets to see Green Bay play Kansas City on December 3rd, autographed Packers footballs, or 4 packs of Hall of Fame tickets.
I'd love to see Green Bay's new QB in action and win those tickets. What do I do?
Find the weekly code on Century's Facebook or Instagram and enter to win.
Love it. Getting the Century code on Insta right now.
Ends November 14th.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977. The Boucher Group has exciting news to share with you. We've expanded to better serve our community.
Introducing Nissan Lake Country, the newest addition to our family.
Step into our showroom and discover our exceptional selection of brand new Nissans.
We're also stocked with the best pre-owned options in the market.
And as we expand, we're not just growing our inventory, we're also growing our team.
So join a team that values your skills and celebrates your success.
Visit us online or in-store today and view our current job listings at bouchercareers.com.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. Another week in the books. The football selections kill it on Saturday and Sunday, turning a nice profit going 6-2. Absolutely dialed in as we head into October. Are you ready to make money betting the games? Go to fatjacksports.com. Get all the plays. Get the opinions, the selections, the UFC. All of it is going to make you money for less than $100 a week. Only $4.99 through Halloween if you sign up this week. Go to fatjacksports.com. Start winning today. There's no tricks. There's no gimmicks. Just winners.
The Waukesha Gun Club offers the perfect outdoor activity this weekend. Stop out and learn to shoot at one of Wisconsin's largest shotgun-only clubs. The Waukesha Gun Club features sporting clay courses, trap, and skeet ranges. Safety personnel will be on site to help answer your questions. Make plans now to enjoy the beautiful fall weather at the Waukesha Gun Club, just 1 mile north of I-94 at exit 295. Get more info at waukeshagunclub.org. Learn to shoot this weekend at the Waukesha Gun Club. Stop out and try something new.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I
get?
am stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
I mean, what's the coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We definitely need a new Bucks song.
Is this one better than the other one? I kind of like old
I
school.
don't know.
Growing slaps.
Yeah, green and
I
growing
don't
does
know.
slap. That's undisputed.
Green and annoying.
Whoa.
Let's get out to Eric Name.
Seems unnecessary.
It's very dated.
Seems
It's a very
unnecessary.
dated song. Eric Name joining Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning to break down the big news, of course, of Dame Lillard joining the Milwaukee Bucks. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you guys?
I imagine that you're very busy.
It is one of those days, but it is a day that I'm delighted to speak with you fine folks.
So we were talking about how our reaction to the Dame Lillard news to a man, except for Chew, who was like, "Who?" Question mark.
He thought he.
It doesn't matter.
He asked if he was
I
better
didn't
than.
know how good he was.
Doesn't
He asked
matter.
if he was better than Fred VanVleet and or Kyle Lowry.
He is. That's okay.
Perfect. Let's leave it at that.
We'll get you caught up. It's
Let's
fine.
leave it at that.
So you wouldn't take Fred VanVleet and Lowry?
Oh, stop it right now. You stop trying to move those goalposts. I know what you're doing. But we all responded with holy bleep. Holy bleep. Why is that? Why was the reaction so much like, I can't believe they pulled this off?
I mean, I just think it was a pretty tidy bit of business from Damian Lillard and his camp and the Blazers, and then ultimately the Bucks in, trying to decide how to trade Damian Lillard and, work through the timeline of, all right, we don't actually want to bring this guy to training camp. We want to get this done. Everyone thinks that we want to do it with the Heat, but we can figure out some different ways to do it. And to Damian Lillard's credit, he was willing to expand that list a little bit about 10 days ago and start thinking about different teams and different places that he might want to go. And then those teams were kind of able to work in silence and figure out how a potential trade package could work. And then you kind of get to the spot where yesterday, there hasn't been a lot of build up to it. There hasn't been months of discussing whether or not Dame Lillard should go to the Milwaukee Bucks like there was for, whether or not he should go to the Miami Heat.
Did we just lose Eric? Oh, there he is. Whew. You're back.
I'm sorry. But no, that's just the way John Horst likes to work. He loves working where he gets to surprise the world. And I think when you look at the trades that they've made over the years, that's kind of how John gets stuff done. It was the same thing when they traded for Drew Holiday, and it was a very similar situation. So I think a lot of that is kind of built into why it felt like such a, as we've talked about at The Athletic, such a holy bleep moment yesterday.
Eric, was this in response to what Giannis said nationally a couple weeks ago about they have to be committed in order for me to sign an extension, or was this in the works before that?
I would say a little from column A, a little from column B. I think with Giannis, how John Horst has always approached this is that anytime a star comes available, gets onto the market, the Bucks need to be a part of those conversations. And it could be as simple as, hey, this is what we have, and the other team hangs up on you. But no matter what it is, he wants to be in those conversations, and he wants to figure out how to make the team get better. So I think you start from that point, and then I do think, the pressure that Giannis tried to apply worked. It really showed them that, hey, we need to be serious about this. And for Giannis, while we might think as an organization that running it back with these four guys is the way to go about this, and this is a championship team, they proved it in 2021, maybe Giannis doesn't feel the same way. Maybe he doesn't feel like we are as an organization trying as hard as he would like us to. And to their credit, that's a strong audible, and it's an extremely aggressive play. Those picks that they give up could really hurt when it finally comes time for those picks to go to the Blazers in 28 and 29 and 30. The Bucks could be legitimately quite bad at that moment. That is a long ways away. It is a real risk, but I think overall the thing that you're most worried about is keeping Giannis happy, keeping Giannis in Milwaukee, and winning a championship. And this move pushes you in the right direction on all of those things.
Bleep them picks. When it comes to John Horst, is he underrated across the league? Because I just feel like he's this silent assassin that just continues to make moves to put the Bucks in the positions that they've been since he took over.
I think he's, if not the most aggressive general manager in the league, among the most aggressive general managers in the league. And I think part of the reason why that goes underrated is in the NBA so often we talk about, look at all the picks that this team has accumulated, look at the genius trade that this guy made to get 5 first-rounders or whatever it is. Like Sam Presti's had a job in Oklahoma City. He's never won a ring, but he's made these trades that has set the Thunder up to be this great team. And, you think of the process in Philadelphia. You think of Daryl Morey trading picks over the years. Like, you think of all these general managers that have really made it like an art to accumulate assets. And what John Horst has said is, I don't need any assets. I got the best player in the league, and we're going to go try to win some rings. And I think it kind of flows contrary to what a lot of other general managers in the NBA do. And that isn't to say, what John Horst does is the best thing or the worst thing. But for the Milwaukee Bucks, for a small market team that has a franchise superstar player that they will only get once every 50 years, it feels like the fit works, and it feels like he's gotten the job done in the way that just a lot of other GMs around the league don't do the job.
Eric Name joining Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning as we continue talking about the Milwaukee Bucks going out and getting Damian Lillard. Now, of course, the other side of that, there's always two sides to every coin, and the other side is that they lose Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen. Holiday, of course, well-respected, well-liked, really great ambassador for the city of Milwaukee, and that is a tough pill to swallow. As is for me a little bit, I don't want to overstate this, I don't want to overreact, but what you're compromising defensively. I mean, Drew was one of the best defenders in the league. The players thought so. The rankings indicated it. And you're not getting that with Damian Lillard. How does a guy like Adrian Griffin, who obviously is a defensive-minded coach, and we haven't seen, what Adrian Griffin's defense is going to look like, but we also don't know how he will fit in with whatever Griff was trying to do. How do you see that all working out, Eric?
Yeah, I think first I would start by sharing that I think the Bucks had the same sentiment you did about trading Drew Holiday. Like I genuinely believe coming to the decision to trade Drew Holiday was really hard for John Horst. Like that was the guy that they brought in to win the championship. You have those sentimental moments. You have doing it, right? That was the guy you brought in to do the thing. And on top of it, oh, by the way, he's multiple-time teammate of the year. He's the best dude. He is amazing in the community. All of that, I think, hurt just emotionally for John Horst to do. But ultimately, in the end, they make the move. And I think regarding the defensive concerns, I think one of the things that we've seen in the last 5 or so years in the NBA is that oftentimes in the postseason, if you have a below average defense, you can get that defense to be average. If you have an average defense, you can get that defense to be above average in a playoff series. But what you can't do is you can't create buckets out of thin air. You can't just find a single way to get things done that isn't, we have superstars that can do this. And I think what you've seen over the years for the Bucks is their half-court offense has stagnated. They haven't been able to score. It's all just too difficult for them once they get to the postseason. And that, I think, ended up being a pill that was too tough to swallow. That was the way that they lost too many years in a row, that I think the defensive struggles could be real. I do think that's something that they're going to have to figure out. It's going to be a lot on the backs of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez to cover up for a lot of what they're trying to do. But I think in the end, the fact that Damian Lillard can go out and get a bucket at any time outweighs any potential concerns that the Bucks have about what the defense might look like with him on the floor instead of Drew Holiday.
Well, and I said one of the lasting images, and it's unfortunate, but one of the lasting images from the Milwaukee Bucks team last year was in that series against the Heat, Giannis getting the ball and clearly not wanting to have the ball in his hands, right? And he was criticized for that, deservedly so. Now, you know who you're giving the ball to, right? I mean, it takes that question, it takes that decision, it takes all of that uncertainty off the table.
And honestly, that's a role that in the 2021 championship year that Chris Middleton filled. And I think another part of this trade is wondering whether or not Chris can do that again. If 2 years removed, a knee surgery later, if he can be that guy for this team once it came down to it. And I don't know if the Bucks had full confidence in that. Now he's the third option, and that's great. Chris Middleton is the third option. He'll be wonderful in clutch time, and he'll be amazing in that role. But yeah, now in this situation, the call isn't even difficult. You don't need to be an X's and O's expert. Damian, you're going to have the ball on the top. Giannis, you're going to go set a screen for Damian. And then we're just going to play basketball, because the decisions that you have to make by that simple action, because of how transcendent Giannis and Damian Lillard are offensively, is a puzzle that teams, I don't know how they're going to solve. Damian Lillard has range out to 30 feet. I think last year he shot 117 three-pointers from 30 feet or more. He hit 33% of them. No one in the league was even close to shooting from that far out. His average three-point distance is a foot longer than most people around the league. He just stretches the floor out in such a way and makes it so difficult that not only does he want the ball at the end of the games, but teams have to take the ball out of his hands at the end of games because he's hit so many clutch shots. He wants the ball in that moment, and he wants to make that impact that Giannis is going to be looking at open spaces that, frankly, he hasn't seen since his fourth year in the league. Like, teams have been building a wall against him, and if you build a wall against him, do not come out onto Damian Lillard, he is going to hit 10 threes on you that night, and you're going to lose because he's just that good offensively.
So he's not a bucket, he's a bucket. Just, talking about the long range. Don't give me that look. Do not do that.
I will, because you started the segment by disparaging Green and Growing, and then you're ending it with that garbage.
That's a very good point. Is Green and Growing better than bucket?
Not even close.
Yeah,
way better.
It's the disparaging. It's the distance between Kyle Lowry and Damian Lillard.
Never accuse me of not playing to my audience. I know how much Eric Name loves puns and tricky language and just all of that fun stuff that I kind of make my money on. We appreciate you coming on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning and giving us the insight, the lowdown on everything Damian Lillard, Milwaukee Bucks. Eric, I know it'll be a busy day for you, but thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff there, man. Lots of good stuff.
This song is awesome.
What?
Yeah.
No, this is good.
No, it's not. This is not good. Come on, there's got to be a better Bucks
How come
song.
nobody uses brass anymore?
This is like Tarantino. This is like Jackie Brown. Huh?
See, all it took for us to get him involved in the Bucks conversation was to play this.
Can I get this for my ringtone?
We can set you up.
Okay.
Shouldn't you have to watch a few Bucks games before you're allowed to use Green and Growing as your ringtone? It does feel like a gate you should have to pass through.
He's watched enough.
Yes. I speed watch.
Do you know how confidently you said that?
Very.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Sold it.
You think I'll watch the whole game tonight?
No.
And that's Packers football.
0% chance.
It's Blammer Thursday, though.
Yeah, Blammer's going to be over at 4. You're going to eat dinner at 5, and you're in bed by 7:15.
Oh, what time's the game start?
7:15.
9.
That's huge.
It's big.
What if it's a close game? What if they have
9?
Yeah, we'll tell them what happened.
Get perked up. Let me tell you guys about Perky's Old Fashioned. It's an old-fashioned mix with the booze already inside. They have brandy and bourbon options. I'm more of a brandy guy, but I'll stand by the bourbon. Like the bourbon is fantastic. So why not just have both? In case maybe you're entertaining people tonight. You got people coming over for the game. You want to have both brandy and bourbon options. So you can get Grandma Perky's secret whenever, wherever. All you have to do is add the soda. Perky's great for boat days, weddings, holiday parties, everything in between, especially game days. Find Perky's near you. Go to perkysoldfashioned.com. Perky's Old Fashioned, locally made, Wisconsin made. Your bartender in a bottle.
Damian Lillard is now a Milwaukee Buck.
A 3 wins the series. It's Lillard. He got the shot off. Lillard,
Keep it tuned right here to 94.5 ESPN.
At least twice as big
as the one you gave her when you got engaged.
That's the definition of a big anniversary diamond.
Kessler's has lots of ways for you to go twice as big.
We have twice as big diamonds from diamond mines.
These diamonds come from the fiery heart of Mother Earth. And the ones that exist in the world today are all there will ever be.
Kessler's also has twice as big created diamonds.
These diamonds come from the fiery heart of a ball of lightning, a miniature star, inside a plasma chamber. It's a wonder to behold.
Kessler's also has twice as big flickering firelight diamonds.
These natural diamonds flicker with all the warm colors of firelight instead of the cold colors of ice. Flickering firelight diamonds are another wonder to behold.
And all of these twice as big diamonds are for her.
The best wonder to behold of all. Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, go to Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
Isn't that aroma just heavenly?
What's with the whispering?
Inside this grill is the secret to winning game days.
Eckrich smoked sausage, crafted with a perfect medley of spices for a truly rich, savory taste. So easy to prepare, too. Now, hand me one of those buns.
Whoa, keep your voice down.
Marty, you're still whispering? Secret's out, buddy. Eckrich.com has dozens of simple, mouth-watering recipes for everyone to win game days this season.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car really needs a wash.
The $20 Meguiar's bundle includes Gold Class Car Wash for a showroom shine.
Get in zone.
And what about my tires?
Just spray the included Hot Shine tire coating and you're all set.
Get in zone.
The inside is not great.
No problem. The quick interior detailer in the bundle can help with that too.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What can you do in about an hour? You could take a nap, do some cleaning, have lunch with a friend, watch your favorite show, take a yoga class, go to the gym, or buy a car. At Ewald Automotive, you'll be in and out in about an hour. Go to ewaldauto.com, select the vehicle you're interested in, and get your instant price. Get a firm trade-in offer, customize your payment option, and even add your own protection plans. Then head to the dealership, and you'll be in and out in about an hour.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is October 15th. If your family is interested in becoming part of the CMH tradition, make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 15th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. As the only school awarded the Exemplary Award for Academic Excellence by the Archdiocese, find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet faculty, learn about all the clubs and extracurricular activities. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My father would always say, and there's a rhyme and a reason to it. He said, if you wear your rubbers in the house, you'll go blind. Do the two youngsters on the show here even know what rubbers are? I'm talking the ones that go over the shoes.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Just let me cry a little bit.
Yo, NBA, man. Y'all need to look into the Bucks for tampering. Y'all do. I'm just going to put that out there. Y'all didn't hear it from me, but I heard it through somebody. Y'all look at him for tampering.
Man, Jimmy Butler, I love you so much. Don't do this. Do not do this,
He's
Jimmy
public
Butler.
enemy number one. You got to sever ties.
No,
Sorry, Jen.
I'm not allowed.
Them's the rules.
No. Here's why it bothers me. And here's why I think it bothers Bucks players. Fans, not players. Fans. Because the Bucks are one of the teams that have actually been pinched for tampering, Gabe.
Bleeping Woj.
Well, with who?
Bogdan Bogdanović.
Oh, I love Bogdan.
You're thinking of Boban.
No.
Remember we did the
The
goldfish
three-point shooter
challenge?
they almost got a couple years ago.
Oh. Wait, how?
Yeah.
He knows Bogdan, but he doesn't know Dame
How do you
Lillard.
know Bogdan, but you have no idea who Dame Lillard is?
Karen Kroll.
Kelly.
Kelly Kroll.
Dang it, you were so close.
I know.
Kapowski. Man.
Yeah, I know.
Unbelievable.
I'm big on names. I love names.
Yeah, very clearly.
Yeah, you're very good at them, too.
Dame literally rhymes with name, and you haven't been able to put it in the old brain.
Kaname. I renamed him.
Yeah, I don't know why.
There's a K in front.
But there's
it sounds better, doesn't it?
No.
Kaname?
Yeah.
Mm-mm, nope.
The name?
Knife.
Yeah, but there's
Knipple. No, that was my kid's pediatrician. The K should be silent, but I don't blame him.
Dr. Nipple. Dr. Nipple, you're right. Dr. Nipple doesn't sound great.
No.
Dr. Nipple sounds foreplay gone wrong.
Yes, it does. It feels like yesterday's show.
Do you think Jimmy was joking?
No, I think he's sour milk.
Sour
Little
grapes.
sour.
Doesn't sound...
Spilt milk and sour grapes.
Isn't that there's sour milk? Though.
Spoiled milk.
No,
I mean, if the milk is sour, you don't want to drink.
Sour grapes. You think it's sour grapes?
Sour grapes, yes.
Aesop's fables.
Yeah, whatever happened? We used to read that stuff and.
Well, then your kids grew up, and you stopped reading them because they're for kids.
Aesop? It's Aesop. Aesop? Aesop.
Aesop.
Yeah. That and, is it the Chinese proverbs?
Depends. What's the proverb?
I don't know, but that's another thing I used to know a lot about that I don't. It's like he who go to bed with...
No.
Itchy butt, wake up with stinky finger. We're going to keep rolling until this week is done, Gabe.
I knew that's where he was going.
It is true, though.
You asshat.
Doesn't always have to be at night, either.
Jimmy Butler can suck it, Jen. Jimmy can suck it. How about that?
We roll on maybe after this.
Northbound 41, earlier issue just about at Watertown Plank Road where we had that broken down vehicle blocking the left lane. That has been cleared, but the delays are still working themselves out. It is slow all the way through the Hale interchange, up through the zoo, up to Watertown Plank Road. On eastbound 94, hitting the brakes from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. Southbound 43, going to be slow from Bender Road all the way down to Burleigh. Northbound's backed up out of the Marquette up to about Keefe. Traffic is brought to you by Land Rover Waukesha. Check out the new full-size 2023 Defender 130 with seating for up to 8 passengers. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Early sprinkles, decreasing clouds in the afternoon with a high of 68. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, patchy fog with a low of 58. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
Check out our brand new Hyundai dealership, one of the largest in the Midwest.
Step inside of our state-of-the-art showroom where you can view our new Hyundai models and some of our finest certified pre-owned.
We've also expanded our service center, staffed by our factory-certified technicians.
And right next door, we've started construction on our all-new Genesis of Waukesha dealership.
But we're not just building walls, we're building careers.
So if you're looking for a career with great benefits and opportunity for growth, Boucher is the place for you.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Because I got the whole roll of Amazon stuff here. Okay?
This is fantastic.
Not mine, not mine, not mine, not mine.
Not yours.
Not mine, 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 mine.
What did you get?
Pickles.
Look at this. What did you buy here? You will never be able to finish all this stuff. Of course I will. These are all staples. A 4-pound can of black olives, that's a staple? Lindsay olives, Jerry.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Not mine, 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 not mine. Whew, I'm tired. Not mine, 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 mine.
Okay, so
what did you get that time?
Genius mushrooms.
48-pack of Eggo waffles, a gallon of barbecue sauce, 10 pounds of cocktail meatballs. $17.50. You can't beat that. Look at this can of tuna. Yeah, Star Kids, Jerry. Most tuna don't make their cut.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to.
The big news here in Wisconsin, of course, and my goodness, is it a good time to be in Wisconsin sports. Between the Brewers, obviously, having already clinched the division, headed to the postseason, hosting that wild card series next week. The Packers in first place in their respective division, taking on the Detroit Lions tonight at Lambeau Field on Amazon or on Fox 6 locally in Milwaukee. And oh, by the way, not only does the Bucs season start in just a few weeks, the preseason anyway, yesterday they pulled the trigger on an enormous, huge, groundbreaking, trail-breaking trade of Dame Lillard, who Chewy just learned who he was. That's a very big day in Wisconsin sports. Mm-hmm. It's a very big day. Does this make them the best team in the East, Gabe?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about the league?
I think Vegas agrees that they've got the best odds the shortest odds to win the title.
But Vegas has also put them in the top spot before.
Yeah, but it doesn't
they've fallen short. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, Vegas is Vegas is often right on.
Yeah.
Not always.
Correct. But, I think they're the best team in the league.
Who's two?
In terms of Vegas odds?
No, I mean just in general. Who do you think number 2 is?
Would you say the defending champs?
Yeah, I would lean towards Denver. I mean, the West is still very good. You know, Denver, I'm curious to see what the Warriors look like with Chris Paul on their team. Phoenix is going to be really interesting because they were part of the trade yesterday, so they have more depth now.
They lost Ayton, though. Ayton, not very good.
I mean, it hurts them a little bit, but defensively they'll get hurt. They got Nurkic back in the trade from Portland. They've got more depth, so in case they go through some injury things, it's just not all on Booker and KD.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a little bit more depth working for them. So those would be the most interesting teams. I would say in the East, it's Milwaukee, Boston, then Miami.
Let's hear from Adrian Wojnarowski, who was the guy who broke this yesterday afternoon when all of us, our collective text messages went, holy bleep, oh my God, did this just happen? Woj talking about the Bucs getting the deal done.
And I think both organizations, really valued the idea that they were going to do this in quiet. And I think even in Milwaukee, trading Drew Holiday, that was not easy for John Horst. They know what he's meant to that organization, and they looked at every avenue to do a deal that didn't include Drew Holiday, but there wasn't one. And so ultimately it was Horst and ownership who make a decision to bring in Damian Lillard, move out Drew Holiday, and then, share that with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who certainly, they're like every other team in the league with a great star. You are always on the clock. And I think the idea that they helped to extend that championship window with Giannis and give Portland not just the draft assets in this trade, not just DeAndre Ayton, but the chance now to go move Drew Holiday in another trade and increase their haul for Dame Lillard.
You think they would have done it if Giannis didn't speak up a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Really?
John Horst is incredibly, and he's just aggressive.
love him because that's what a GM should be like. Like, hell with it. Might get fired, but I'm going down swinging.
And it helps that he has that championship. Again, the Drew part of this, it's tough because you're losing a dude who just really cared about Milwaukee, cared about the franchise, was part of the culture that won a championship for the first time in 50 years. That part is tough, but in order to get a future Hall of Famer, you do have to give something up. And ultimately, the Bucs decided that was worth the risk.
This is where people have to separate their sentimentality from the business element of it. And if your goal as a fan is to get as many Larry O'Brien trophies, which, by the way, we will be calling Larry O's from here on out, thanks to Ian Fitzsimmons, who was doing the show yesterday with Gabe, who calls the Larry O'Brien trophies Larry O's, like Cheerios, like Oreos, like SpaghettiOs. We'll be referring to that from here on out. It's tough because I don't think there's anybody out there. If you're a Bucs fan, you know what Drew has meant to this organization, what his family has meant to this organization, this community pouring into Milwaukee. They added it to the list, guys. Right? Drew and Lauren Holiday and their foundation contribute money to Black and Brown owned businesses in New Orleans, where he has spent time, in Indianapolis, where they have spent time. There's another city on there. Oh, Los Angeles, where they have a home. And then they added Milwaukee to that list. They just wrapped their arms around this city, around this community. And I do think that, I'm hard pressed right now to think of someone else in the history of Wisconsin sports, Chicago sports that I am having a tougher time letting go of in a trade.
But he didn't play well.
Oh.
He didn't play well in the playoffs, which I'm sure had something to do with it.
Right, but we talk about defense.
Yeah,
we talk about
but
how
he
that
wasn't even very good defensively.
Well, I mean, the players last year, I think there was an Athletic article I saw that came out recently that the players voted on who they said, is it the toughest to defend or just the toughest to play one-on-one type of thing?
Yeah.
And they said
Perimeter
Drew
defender.
Holiday. 30% of players.
Yeah.
Far and away the highest percentage by any one player got. In addition, I thought I saw some metric that he was ranked 9th defensively in the league.
Yeah, so I mean, he could be. I mean, he's a guy that you talked about being Defensive Player of the Year, but ultimately, Jimmy. I mean, he was the main defender for Jimmy last year. Jimmy was still getting 50.
Yeah,
and that's the tough part about it because yes, Drew's gonna be. I mean, he had one of the best plays in Bucks franchise history. Game 5 when he stole the ball away from Booker and then lobbed it to Giannis. And I think Drew is always going to have a hero's welcome wherever he ends up, even if he ends up with the Miami Heat. If he ends up, when he comes back to Fiserv Forum for the first time next year, he's getting a standing ovation.
Sure.
Because I think that's how much beloved he is by this Bucks.
Is there a player that comes to mind for you, Gabe, of like...
Oh, yeah. Ray Allen.
Oh.
What about Prince?
Prince is a good suggestion as well.
People didn't want to see him go, even though it was the right move.
Yeah.
Again, another beloved figure in the city of Milwaukee who obviously led to a lot of success on the diamond. Ray Allen, yes.
In terms of, that's more on the floor type stuff, because I don't know. I mean, when you start talking about things done in the community, I think few in Wisconsin sports history can touch what Drew and Lauren did. But I'm just talking about like hardest to let go in a trade. Like Ray Allen's the top of the list. I don't know if anybody else is close.
And then going way back, Paul Molitor was another guy. I don't think that was a trade.
He's just a DH.
They didn't re-sign him, but he was loved in this community.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, I wasn't around here then, but.
And is it different if it's a trade versus a guy getting cut?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit because, like with Prince, I mean, everybody knew the Prince thing was coming, right? Like they had to make the decision between Ryan Braun or Prince Fielder of which one they were going to pay because the Brewers couldn't afford to pay both, and they made the decision with Ryan Braun. So everybody knew that Prince was gone after that 2011 season. You know, you'd make the token offer, he'd decline it, and then go sign his big money deal like he did for the Tigers. I think the trade comes like the Ray Allen trade came out of nowhere. Like they traded Ray Allen for a washed-up Gary Payton, and everybody was pissed off.
But that's because Carl didn't like him, right?
That's because Carl was scared that Ray Allen was going to undercut his power, yes.
Okay. I can't believe we can't think of a Packer.
I mean, Devontae comes to mind.
Yes. Jordy?
Yeah, they let him.
Jordy, yeah. But Devontae kind of brought that upon himself.
Maybe it's Jordy.
Dulled it a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, people had a hard time letting go of Jordy, especially because they didn't. He's been on the record saying he would have taken like a massive pay cut, and they didn't even offer vet minimum to him. They just went up, cut him, and moved on.
And maybe it shouldn't, but for some reason, personality does play a role in this as well. Like the way that they wrap their arms around Wisconsin. I know we use that reference a lot here on this show, but just like the mutual love, the mutual admiration, the mutual respect, it feels like that goes a long way. I know people that have named their kids after Jordy. I know people that have named their dogs after Jordy. Like it did feel like there was something about his relationship with Wisconsin that was pretty strong.
I mean, A.J. Dillon.
Drew Holiday is who you want A.J. Dillon to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you like foreshadowing A.J. Dillon being cut? Are you foreshadowing a trade in his future, Miss Cleo?
Is that what that means? Foreshadowing.
Are you predicting?
Did you go to a single class at BC?
I did. I loved astrology. But now they have the app, so I don't even know why I went to the class. You guys have that app?
The foreshadowing app? What are you talking about?
No,
astrology
you put your
app.
phone at the stars and it'll tell you what's what.
Oh,
What did I
astronomy.
say?
Astrology.
Oh yeah, like astrology
different.
is when you open the newspaper the comic section.
You can mind your own business anytime you want, right? I don't need to hear it from you. I already had a producer who was a pain in the butt.
800-990-3776. Reaction rolling in fast and furious now to this inquiry. If there is another player who left a Wisconsin sports team, whether it was a trade or whether it was a cut, that really got you in your feels. It really hit you hard.
Paul Christ?
Maybe,
People
but the
were
team
kinda
had been underperforming, right?
sure.
Like that plays a role in it as well, right? Like it's like you saying to me about Drew Holiday. Well, he wasn't playing well. That's what you said.
Yeah.
So that kind of plays a role in it, doesn't it?
But Chris was a Madison guy, right?
Yeah.
His dad coached at Peeville.
I feel, they still do the game between Whitewater and Platteville every year, the Christ Bowl.
Yeah.
In the WIAC. But I feel like people fought more for Jimmy Leonard and were sadder when Jimmy Leonard didn't get the job.
I am seeing Jimmy Leonard on the ESPN Milwaukee Talk and Text line. Again, there was that what is it? It's a relationship. It's that you've embraced them. You appreciate them.
Jimmy's a Wisconsin guy. You know, he's like Tausch. You know, everybody embraces Tausch because he grew up here. He played college football here and then played in the NFL here.
Dan from Salem weighing in saying, can't believe y'all haven't mentioned Brett Favre yet. When Favre, it does feel like he sort of orchestrated that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? When we talk about the nuance of this situation, we don't like it when someone wants to leave.
Yes.
It's the old don't let the door hit you type of thing.
Literally 2 days ago, the Journal-Sentinel released a story on Drew Holiday where he said he wanted to retire a buck.
Yes, very bad timing.
Yes, 24 hours later.
And
he's
again,
gone.
because a few years ago he had mentioned that he was thinking about retiring, right? And so then the question, of course, he readdressed it. And yes, so it's very bad timing that he had said that he wants to be here forever. And then they were like, well, good luck in Portland.
You think he knew?
When he said that?
No. You think he knew he was on the way out, or Horst Coleman said, we're trading you?
I don't think he had any idea.
No idea?
Because, man, they kept this thing so quiet. And I think that played into the holy bleep because it came out of nowhere. Again, maybe there were kind of some whispers on some weird social media accounts where you're going, I'm dismissing that, right? So they kind of came out of left field. So in order to keep this that quiet and not have it leak, the Bucs are probably
amazing.
Exactly. The Bucs are telling as few people as possible. You know, like they approach Drew and be like, hey, you might be a part of this trade. Drew obviously tells his agent. Agent leaks it to Shams or Woj or whoever. Next thing you know, it's out there that the Bucs are in negotiations, and we all know about it before it happens.
You think Giannis knew?
I think Giannis approved it before it happened. I think Horst ironed out the details. Went, hey,
he said, "This is what we're
going to do. Are you okay with this?" And obviously, he signed off on it.
Yeah.
Reaction rolling in of people saying other athletes that they were really upset about being traded or leaving Milwaukee/Wisconsin sports. Matt and Fort Atkinson saying Clay Matthews. Our friend Alexis, who I'm not allowed to say your full name anymore, says Carlos Gomez going to the Twins. Andy and Desplain saying no one bigger than Ray Allen, siding with Gabe on that one. Hader. Pete McGuanago saying when they traded Hader, that was obviously tough for people to swallow. Jeff Jenkins, I mentioned Favre already. Gorman Thomas on the list. Drew from Sun Prairie saying Gorman Thomas. I don't remember.
I don't even remember. I didn't know he was traded.
The details of the Gorman Thomas situation. And then Kyle from Waupun saying Charles Woodson. I imagine he means when Charles came.
And then
when
Charles left.
Because Charles was the same thing where the Packers didn't offer him any sort of pay cut. It was very similar to the Jordy situation of they just decided to cut ties with Charles Woodson without offering him any sort of pay cut because he would have accepted some sort of pay cut to stay in Green Bay.
Charles Woodson does seem like a great submission there by Kyle from Waupun. Consider Professional Construction Inc. in Waukesha for all of your construction needs. Guys, we are getting so close to me having that basement finished. And when it is, I'm telling you, I'm going to have a party. I might invite you. Haven't decided yet. Thinking about it. But I would love for you to see the basement. So I guess you'd have to be there in order for you to see the basement. So you can see all of the great work that Professional Construction Inc. has done on my basement. And if you are in the same type of situation, maybe it's a commercial project that you need, a multifamily or an office or a home addition. Like us. Maybe you're building a new home. PCI is the team for you. So professional, so efficient. And every time I'm like, ooh, I thought I wanted that, but I actually want this, it's no problem. They make it happen, and they can do the same for you. Go to their website, professionalconstructioninc.com, professionalconstructioninc.com to see all of the things that they have done and some ideas about what they could do. Tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Now we've got an accident westbound on 94 just before Brookfield Road. It is off on the left, and that's backing things up all the way back to Moreland Road. Heads up with that. Otherwise, we've got southbound on 43 slowing way down to get basically from Bender Road all the way down past Capitol Drive to Locust. Northbound slowing down out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. Northbound on the bypass slowing down from before the Hale all the way up to the Zoo interchange, and it just starts to slow down again once you get past Blue Mound Road up past Swan Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by the Big Backyard at Maddie's Bar and Grill. Check out the giant outdoor screen for watch parties and enjoy craft cocktails and featured menu items. Maddie'sBar.com for full details. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, early sprinkles, decreasing clouds in the afternoon, a high of 68. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, patchy fog with a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
Announcing the former All-Star Buick GMC is now the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Oak Creek. And the former John Paul's Buick GMC is now the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield, Milwaukee's Buick GMC headquarters. Greg Cunis was recently named Time Magazine's Wisconsin Automotive Dealer of the Year. Plus, Cunis dealerships have been awarded Top 100 Best in the U.S. by the Automotive News the past 9 years. Our mission is to bring the Cunis Auto Group's unequaled customer satisfaction and service to our friends in the greater Milwaukee area. Cunis Milwaukee Buick GMC stores have the area's largest pre-owned car, truck, and SUV inventory with over 3,000 vehicles available on lot or online and always at a price and payment you can afford. And all new and pre-owned Cunis vehicles come with our exclusive no-fear lifetime warranty coverage at no extra charge. So buy like a champion at the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Oak Creek, 7020 South 27th Street, or Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield, 3615 South 108th Street. Milwaukee's Buick GMC headquarters.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You called them a white stiff earlier.
From one white stiff to another? I'm pretty well versed in the realm of stiffs.
On 94.5 ESPN. The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pie. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Oh my God!
Show me chicken!
Sponsored by Milwaukee Pretzel Company. Win a Bavarian soft pretzel lovers gift pack from the Milwaukee Pretzel Company. Shop now at MilwaukeePretzel.com.
Gabe, you got a lot of choices here, man. You got a lot of options here.
Yeah, we went with basketball. Hung with basketball since the big news of the Bucks getting Dame Lillard yesterday.
Great.
So I have a list of 8 things in front of me. Jen and Chew will guess Back and forth. Once they each get one incorrect, we'll open it up to you, the fans, at 800-990-3776. Whoever gets the last one on the list wins that prize back, courtesy of our friends at Milwaukee Pretzel Company. So, the All-NBA 75th anniversary team came out right before the 2021-2022 season. I am looking for...
the Bucks.
The 8 active players on that list other than Giannis and Dame Lillard. So
that
there
are Bucks,
10.
though.
No.
Dang it. I thought it was going to be Bucks related.
I mean, other than Dame and Giannis, who are the 8 active players that made the All-NBA 75th anniversary team?
LeBron James.
LeBron is on the list.
KD
is on the list. I need an answer.
I'm thinking. Reset the list.
No. If you can't remember the 2 names that were said...
just for fun.
Stalling.
Shot clock has expired.
Can I
Chewy.
just pass? Come back to me?
Jovac Nokovic.
No.
Novic.
Top 75 ever? All time?
Denver? This guy's legit.
Okay, I thought you guys would do better than 2, but, here we are.
He's not on the list. That's ridiculous.
How about Chris Paul?
I'm protesting.
Is Chris Paul on the list?
Chris Paul is on the list.
He's not Jokic.
Jokic.
He hasn't played long enough.
He hadn't won.
Well, you didn't say that they had to play for a certain amount
but
of
that's
time.
what the top 75 is. It's top 75 all time. In the history of the NBA, these are the best 75 players to ever.
And given what he's done the last 2 years, he'd probably be on the list now. But the All 75th, as I mentioned, was chosen before the 2021 season.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry is on the list.
I'm protesting.
Why?
Because he should be on the list. He's so good.
Yeah, but
I'm with you.
All right, go. Yeah. Okay, go.
What do you want?
I want a Milwaukee pretzel.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I want. Keep going, Jed.
You know what I want?
What?
Because it's starting to get a little cooler.
What?
I want that Chewy
I
pretzel.
don't. I'm
You
hungry.
think they'll make us another one?
If we ask nicely.
That was so good.
Plus, Joshy's never had it before. Like, we've got excuses for him to come in.
So Giannis is on the list and Dame Lillard is on the list.
So other than Giannis and Dame, the other 8 active NBA players, currently active players.
Troublemaker. Anthony Davis.
He's on the list.
He's not a troublemaker.
Who's Anthony Davis?
Oh my goodness.
The brow.
The guy that used to play for the Knicks?
What?
Anthony Davis.
Are you thinking Baron Davis?
No, he's thinking of Anthony Mason, who then played for the Bucks.
I was thinking. He is in my brain, and I love
He's
it.
not even top 7. Well, maybe top 75
Who does
Bucks players
Anthony
ever.
Davis play for?
No, he's definitely. He
Josh.
might be top 75 Knicks player of all time. He is not. He ruined the Bucks.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't call him that, though.
They do. It's his name.
Guy with one eyebrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
How many do we have left?
3.
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker? I don't know.
Everywhere he goes, he's a troublemaker.
Harden? Are you saying Harden?
That's a good guess.
All right,
but
Harden.
no.
We'll guess
James Harden is on the list.
Dang, that's not who you were thinking either, huh?
You mentioned his name earlier.
Kyrie.
There
He's not
you
on the
go.
list.
You jerk!
That was good.
I can't believe you did that.
How isn't he on the list?
Swoop, put a little rope on the ground, stepped into it. Phew, you're out. 800-990-3776. We are looking for the rest of the top current players who are in the top 75 all time.
Yeah.
It's the 75th anniversary?
It was
so they did the top
so they did the top 75, which actually ended up being 76 players because there was like a tie in the voting.
800-990-3776. Let's go out to Brandon in Racine. Brandon, who I believe called in right before I guessed incorrectly. I guess he's heard the game before.
I already knew. Russell Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook is
good
on
guess.
the list.
God dang.
How is he on the list and Kyrie's not?
Because Russell Westbrook has an MVP.
He can't shoot, though.
But he's like average a triple-double.
All right.
Again, league MVP is kind of big time.
Okay.
You have another guess.
Let's go.
To close out the list.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard is the final name on the lists. And that closes out our top 8.
Not big on that list.
Didn't like it, did you?
Let me ask you a question. Where's Giannis, and then where's the guy they just traded for?
So they didn't rank them like 1 through 75.
Oh, they didn't?
It was just 75 guys on the team.
Okay.
So they didn't rank them. So The Athletic, I think, last year did a ranking. I can find you that list.
Were they ranked the top 75?
Yeah.
They took the top 75 and they ranked them?
Well, I think they just did their own ranking.
Who's won, Jordan or LeBron?
I believe it was Jordan.
It should be. Right?
Sure, yeah, fine. Actually, I actually really like that list. It's good trivia. Figure out who are the top, and is that all there is then? It's just those 8 guys, or I guess
so. There's 10. There's 10 that are currently active. There were a couple of guys like Carmelo Anthony made the list. Who was active at the time of the list. He's no longer active.
It's a little ashy in the fact that they didn't rank him.
Are we mad at Ashy right now?
He's lazy. He's just lazy now. I guarantee he's still sleeping.
I literally saw him in the production office 20 minutes ago.
Sleepwalking, same thing.
Sleepwalking, okay. Yes. But why didn't he update the Open today?
Big time.
Was it because of the Dame Lillard stuff yesterday? Were you all super busy or something?
Yes, we were all incredibly busy.
I mean, I was surprised to hear like the imaging of the big voice, like the Bucks have traded for Dame. Like, that turnaround was impressive.
How do you get that gig?
The voice?
Yeah, I want to be big voice guy. Well, the guy thing.
Why don't you give it a shot?
I could be big voice.
You gotta talk deeper.
Talk deeper than I talk. The Milwaukee Bucks.
That sounds like you crushed grits.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You're not any. Well.
It was one of those emphysema
got a
commercials.
heater?
Yeah. I feel like that's better than the
Just go
alternative,
deeper.
which is
drop your Adam's apple.
Why
don't girls have Adam's apples? Isn't that weird?
No.
How much deeper should
There you
I go?
I just got to get a little more oomph behind it.
The Milwaukee Bucks. Nope,
Yeah,
there's
no,
the cigarettes again.
Fevers again.
Joshy, let me ask you a question.
Put down the Marlboros.
What does the Adam's apple do?
That's a good question. I've never looked into the Adam's apple and what it does. I will find an answer.
You were
though.
Dr. Chimura.
That's one. I'm not ear, nose, and throat, though.
Yes. He's the nipple doctor.
Knipple.
Dr. Knipple.
Get it right.
You got it, Gabe?
So on this athletic list, Giannis was 24.
No, the Adam's apple. I don't care about the list.
It protects the vocal cords.
You asked for
But the
this
girls have
information.
vocal cords, too.
Yes, but it is in both sexes. Men's are just more prominent, it appears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know where there's somebody who's got a good Adam's apple? This guy.
That's where they should have put
Look
the
at that.
belly button.
Look at that Adam's
that's
apple.
just disturbing.
Look at that Adam's
That's a great
apple.
pick.
It is a great pick.
Like, I don't understand why, because I know you've got a LinkedIn page. That should be the profile pic of your LinkedIn page.
Yeah, right. I want to live.
I also know that there's no chance of that happening because I know you don't run your LinkedIn page.
Wait, does Angie know that we have that picture?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's been nice knowing you. Is she mad at us?
We'll sell it to her.
No, she's not mad at you guys. She's mad at me because
you took the
I
picture.
took the picture.
All those years ago. Hey, have you guys been to St. Kate the Arts Hotel? Have you wandered through the lobby? Have you smelled all of the treats that the Proof Pizza has to offer, especially at lunchtime? Every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy menu items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and so much more. And you're thinking, Proof Pizza? I thought they only had pizza. Well, you were wrong. They have sandwiches as well. So why isn't Proof Pizza on your list of places to go when you're looking for a lunch spot? It is at St. Kate's. We love the atmosphere, we love the environment, and we love the Proof Pizza and sandwiches as well. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com. That's proofpizzamke.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We are moving along quite slowly. Westbound 94 got an accident just before Brookfield Road. Looks like it's off on the left shoulder, but it's definitely causing delays. We're seeing backups all the way back to basically before Sunny Slope Road, even actually almost to the county line. So be careful with that. Southbound on 43, heavy from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive to Locust. Northbound slow right out of the Marquette interchange up past Keefe. As a matter of fact, we're seeing delays basically over the high-rise bridge up into the Marquette, as well as right around the Plainfield curve up from the Mitchell interchange to about the KK River. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Early sprinkles, decreasing clouds in the afternoon, a high of 68. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, patchy fog with a low of 58. Weather is brought to you by Adams Generators, the #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. Call for your free quote today at 262-944-2010 for power peace of mind, or visit adamspower.com/generators. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Is your business looking for localized banking solutions? Fifth Third Bank has been looking forward to the future and helping businesses shape what's next for 165 years. And for the last 14 here in Milwaukee. They offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making capabilities, and extensive experience to help your business succeed. Fifth Third is big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, but also empowered to make local decisions and work from a foundation of strong community connections. Commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things: getting ready for company with the Samsung Family Hub Plus refrigerator and football. That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. Search for recipes, check out scores, or even stream the game to the screen at the same time, so you never miss a second of the action, which means you can make your famous buffalo chicken dip and have more time for football. Upgrade your Saturday with Samsung and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977. The Boucher Group has exciting news to share with you. We've expanded to better serve our community.
Introducing Nissan Lake Country, the newest addition to our family.
Step into our showroom and discover our exceptional selection of brand new Nissans.
We're also stocked with the best pre-owned options in the market.
And as we expand, we're not just growing our inventory, we're also growing our team.
So join a team that values your skills and celebrates your success.
Visit us online or in-store today and view our current job listings at bouchercareers.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. You know, I've played sports my entire life, been hurt a lot of times, but never had been injured until I had to stop doing the sports I enjoyed because my knee flat wouldn't allow it. I visited Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where they took great care of me. I put my knee in their doctors' capable hands, and now I'm back in the gym, carrying my golf bag, pain-free for 18 holes, and playing tennis as often as I like with no issues. I'd recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to anyone. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Bumble is a
Tuna.
dating app.
It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Huge Packers game tonight, taking on the Lions. Potential divisional implications for the winner. Would love to see the Packers, even though the start hasn't gone exactly as planned, even though we knew there would be a learning curve and bumps in the road. Man, what a statement it would be if after tonight the Packers could be in first place in the division. Of course, the good news is that they will have Christian Watson out there. They will have Aaron Jones out there. But again, a lot of question marks, guys, surrounding this David Bakhtiari thing. We talked about it earlier this morning with Jason Wilde. If you missed any of that, you can find it on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcast. Chew, were you surprised that, again, it seems, we know David Bakhtiari will be out for this game. And now it also becomes a question of, well, what exactly is going on here? Not that we need to know all of the details. We're not saying, but I think fans would love to know how often, or at least what the circumstances are that contribute to whether or not David Bakhtiari will be out on the field on any given week or on the bench on any given week.
I just don't see this thing getting better. And after hearing what Jason said about Joe Thomas, I think it's more of a body reaction to there's been damage to the knee. Obviously, it probably wasn't fixed correctly or something, but it's clearly the body saying, I don't want you weighing 320 pounds. I want you weighing 250 pounds, which is what Joe Thomas did. And Joe Thomas didn't even have an ACL tear or nothing that we can find. So it's just, you get up there with age, and Joe Thomas now is probably, 250 pounds?
He looks great.
So taking 70 pounds off your body, not as much stress on the knee, I just don't think this thing getting any better. And I think the reason they didn't IR him or PUP him is because there was so much uncertainty at the left tackle position, and he was more of a safety valve. But now, I don't know yet. Do you IR him? Or does he retire? I just don't see it getting better.
Well, clearly they have no idea. Because if they had some idea, this is game 3 that he's missing. He played week 1, and you have to sit out 4 games on IR. So if they knew something was up or thought that something would be up, they had to just IR'd him after week 1 and let him sit there for 4 weeks, open up that roster spot, do that, take your time, get healthy. But there's something.
I wonder if Yash had something to do with it, though, from the standpoint where they felt him kind of regress or they fell out of favor with him.
Yeah.
And they were unsure about Walker, so they were like, let's break glass in case of emergency.
In terms of reworking his deal to keep him around this past offseason. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
That was the decision.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to keep you around because we just have so much uncertainty. And now he's the uncertain one. Like after playing 11 games last year, I thought we'd be heading in a better direction with him. And man, I don't know. At some point, I just start to feel bad for the guy because I think he has shown that he wants to be out there, but there's something up with that knee that's just preventing it.
And it sounds to me like the medical staff has just thrown their hands in the air and said, "Dude, play when you can." You know, that's why the whole LaFleur thing.
LaFleur didn't do him any favors.
He didn't do him any favors, which led me to go down a different path.
Yeah.
But actually, I feel sorry for the guy now.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to go, and if your body's not going to respond, then it's not going to respond. I mean, my guess is he has to retire. I mean, because he hasn't done anything. The only thing he's really done is play in Chicago on grass.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because you can't, I mean, and no team's going to touch him if you have to play a game, 3 weeks of rest, play a game, it's just, that's
not going to touch him for a lot of money. They'd sign him to a veteran minimum.
I don't even know if they would do that.
Yeah,
if you had to guess right now, guys, because obviously, Chew, you famously used to break the season into quarters. There's one extra game, so it's a little tougher to do that mathematically. But if you had to guess, Gabe, right now, how many games you think you'll see David Bakhtiari on the field, what number are you going with?
Okay, so you've got kind of the mini bye here. But 5? 6?
I have no idea.
I feel
Holy hell.
I mean, do you IR him and give him 4 and then make a determination then?
I mean, if you'd give him.
If you IR'd him right now, obviously have you'd have to IR him. If you IR'd him today, let's just say you IR'd him today. That would include the Lions game. That would include the Vegas game. What's after that on the schedule?
Broncos, Vikings. And that includes the bye week, so you wouldn't have that later in the, because it has to be games, it's not weeks.
I mean, they don't need the roster spot right now, but the closer you get to the end of the year, they can't keep guys on that just don't play. I mean, you can still, I don't know what the benefit would be to just IRing him without the 4 week designation because he's not going to be around next year, and he gets paid, so there's no benefit to doing that.
Elton Jenkins will also be out. Rasheed Walker will get the start at left tackle. What's interesting, guys, is we had that conversation in the offseason about, look at all this depth. Look at all these bodies that Green Bay has on the offensive line. And look at all the teams out there that have horrid offensive line play. And should we go out and should we trade someone? Should we go get an asset? Should we do this? Wow, good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, hindsight, right? Mm-hmm. Good thing, because now the offensive line, and again, the numbers back it up, have done pretty well. Pretty dang well in the first few weeks of the season, even without David Bakhtiari out there, even without Elton Jenkins out there. And that's because Goody and company put together good depth in that unit. So again, I'd put that as a win in Goody.
Yeah.
Goody's.
We'll see. I'm still really concerned about that left side of the offensive line tonight. I know Rasheed Walker's played well. He hasn't had to block anybody like Aiden Hutchinson yet.
Sure, but wouldn't you say, Chewy, they're going to put a tight end over there?
Chip him, I guess. Chip him with either a back or a tight end. But then again, it takes away a weapon, but you're kind of gaining a weapon with Aaron Jones in Watson. But none of it matters. The only thing that matters is Jordan Love can't play like he did for the first 3 quarters last week. If he does, they're going to lose. If he grades out a B, they win.
Is there any chance that he plays that badly, though, having these weapons back? That's my only thing, Shu. Again, I understand that Jordan Love did not look good. I get it. I'm not going to sit here and try to argue the opposite. But it also helps to have a couple more, in case of emergency, break glass options out there.
The difference would be Aaron Jones, because then they don't even...
How many touches he's going to get, though?
I know.
They just have to have...
Tom Pelissero saying that's going to be limited.
The threat of play action, because when you run play action correctly, guys are more wide open. And he struggled last week with his accuracy through the first 3 quarters. He just wasn't sharp. He wasn't dialed in, which happens. And part of it is because they had no rushing attack. When you're dropping back and there's no threat of the run and the cornerback is up in the receiver's mustache, it's a lot harder.
Well, and this is going to be, I'm curious to see how he responds, not just because he played poorly for the first 3 quarters, but this is the first time of really going no practice. Because Packers haven't practiced at all this week.
Yeah.
So the preparation is different heading into this game, and it's another first for him, playing for the first time, getting the first start on Thursday Night Football. It's just different in terms of how you have to prepare yourself. I'm curious to see how he handles it.
It is so interesting emotionally and mentally, though, when you have a game like the Saints game in your back pocket, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have that and you get down double digits in a game, fold up the tents, go home, not our day.
Yeah.
But now you've got that rally from behind, come from behind, able to rally the troops. So to me, that's nice to have as that experience of okay, things don't have to go perfectly. Now, I'm not saying that the Lions will play as poorly or have their quarterback knocked out the way that the Saints did, right, where Jameis Winston had to come in and spell Carr. But it does feel like even if things don't go as smoothly as we want early on, we got time. A lot of ball game left, as they say. And I do feel like that you can lean on that to feel like you're not down and out, even if you're down.
But the confidence is such a huge part of it. And like Gabe said, without practice, he still has that, God, I wasn't very accurate. Because receivers, and myself included, would get it when we had the dropsies. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a batter in a slump.
Yeah.
You can catch all the jugs ball you want and the Hudson Center and I'm doing this. And then you get out in a live competition in front of even though it's a home crowd, you're like, yeah, I think I can catch it. You wind up getting yourself out of it and getting your confidence back. But like Gabe said, without a solid week of practice.
But isn't it interesting how you watch certain players and you don't get that vibe at all?
Yeah, I don't
all
get
of us
that
watched
from him.
Jaden Reed. None of us get the vibe that Jaden Reed dropping a couple balls, alligator arming in that game last week is going to affect him mentally. Do we?
No.
Do any of us watch and go, I don't know.
Well,
could be bad.
So the difference being, and just going back to last year, so Jaden Reed dropped it wasn't a 75-yard touchdown, but he dropped the touchdown. It would have been just that little 3-yarder right in his hands. Good throw by Jordan. Last year, when Christian Watson dropped that opening touchdown, his hands were on this helmet going, I can't believe I dropped it before the ball hit the ground. Right?
Yes.
So I think you saw some of those confidence issues with Christian Watson last year that he was obviously able to somewhat overcome because he still had a couple of drops throughout the course of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just don't get that sense from Jaden Reed. It's a body language thing that you kind of get that confidence out of Jaden.
All right, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But when we come back, we're going to get Chewy's prediction for the game. Chewy has been dead on, so right, super accurate this season when it comes to those Packers predictions. Let's hear what Nostra Chewy has to say after this.
I just don't want to be a jinx. That's why I go to the jewelry center. You can't get jinx there. Let's be honest, most guys don't have a clue when it comes to buying jewelry. Gabe got engaged, did the smart thing. Ashton is right behind him. I talked to him yesterday. Dino is looking for a ring for Ashton at the jewelry center. They also do in-house repairs for watches and other fine jewelry, like my Super Bowl ring.
I mean, we got another guy over there who's living with his girlfriend. Who's behind the glass. You know, I mean, if we want to send him in that direction, too, I'm just saying.
He hasn't shown enough for us to hook him up yet.
Okay.
I mean, he's got to come to us now.
Yeah. I just want to
give him a month or so.
Put it in the back of your mind next time you talk to Dean the dancing machine.
Okay. They've got 3 locations, Joshy.
Heck yeah.
You know where they're at? Greenfield, Brookfield, and Burlington. And if my wife can't tag along, she can look through all the mini styles of diamonds and other fine cuts online at shoptjc.com. I'm living proof. Happy wife, happy life. The Jewelry Center will make it happen. Brookfield, Greenfield, Burlington, and online at shoptjc.com.
Are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
Get your watches out.
This is not a secret. I want a chance to go for it.
It's game time, Milwaukee.
Lillard slithering and driving. Oh, what a shot!
Giannis
attacks the rack, sends it down with a grown man dunk. Launches and connects again. Oh, baby, he's on a heater.
Damian Lillard.
That is a bomb. He got it. Damian Lillard with confidence oozing out of his veins.
The next Bucks era is here. React with us. 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 32-ounce selected varieties cremette pasta, 2 for $5. 15 to 16-ounce selected varieties Seattle's Best Coffee, $5.49. 20 to 31.6-ounce selected varieties Latza Matza Pizza, $5.99. 14-ounce or 3-count selected varieties Häagen-Dazs ice cream bars, $4.49.
Let's see. Spices. Cardamom? Hibiscus powder. It's like looking at Green Bay's roster right now. I don't recognize it, but I'll learn to love it.
Attention Century shoppers. You're going to love this opportunity. Win 2 tickets to see Green Bay play Kansas City on December 3rd. Autographed Packers footballs or 4 packs of Hall of Fame tickets.
I'd love to see Green Bay's new QB in action and win those tickets. What do I do?
Find the weekly code on Century's Facebook or Instagram and enter to win.
Love it. Getting the Century code on Insta right now.
Ends November 14th.
Announcing the former All-Star Buick GMC is now the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Oak Creek. And the former John Paul's Buick GMC is now the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield, Milwaukee's Buick GMC headquarters. Greg Cunis was recently named Time Magazine's Wisconsin Automotive Dealer of the Year. Plus, Cunis dealerships have been awarded Top 100 Best in the U.S. by the Automotive News the past 9 years. Our mission is to bring the Cunis Auto Group's unequal customer satisfaction and service to our friends in the greater Milwaukee area. Cunis Milwaukee Buick GMC stores have the area's largest pre-owned car, truck, and SUV inventory with over 3,000 vehicles available on lot or online and always at a price and payment you can afford. And all new and pre-owned Cunis vehicles come with our exclusive no-fear lifetime warranty coverage at no extra charge. So buy like a champion at the all-new Cunis Buick GMC of Oak Creek, 7020 South 27th Street, or Cunis Buick GMC of Greenfield, 3615 South 108th Street. Milwaukee's Buick GMC headquarters.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely gonna need a cold one. There's the one. It's almost playoff time, so you know I have to have some Broken Bat Brewery in my hand. Owner Tim Pauly is here to to tell me all about the brews Broken Bat has available to check out while watching some baseball this fall.
So yeah, this fall we've got an amber ale. It's a classic American amber, about 5.5%. Absolute crusher, perfect for fall weather. We've got our beer Stoinker, which is named after our buddy Adam McKelvey's phrase for hitting the ball out into right field. It's a German wheat. And then we've also got our classic Oktoberfest called Mr. Oktoberfest. You can find them at most of the retailers around the Milwaukee market, Madison, Appleton, all that good stuff. And yeah, as always, Broken Bat Brewing Company, we're coming up with fun names. Everything ties back to the game of baseball. Great beer, great energy, great atmosphere.
Thanks again to Tim from Broken Bat giving me a breakdown of all the beers to check out down the stretch of the baseball season. Remember, folks, the fridge should always be stocked.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Look, you take Jesus and the presents out, and it's not even in the top 10.
Well, I mean, yeah. If you take sex out of the anniversary, then that's not that fun either.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
I want to tell you about our good friends at the Wilde Automotive Group. They've got a lot of great things going on at Wilde, but right now they're extending their Labor Day savings to you with employee pricing all month long. Save big, pay like you're a part of the team because Wilde cannot be beat on price guaranteed. They're passing huge Ewald employee savings onto you with over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. Go along with Ewald's exclusive 20-year to 1,000-mile warranty. You worked hard this season. Get those savings that you deserve today with Ewald. One of the many ways that Ewald makes it easy for you. It all starts at ewaldauto.com.
But I'm thinking it's time to grow.
You have heard us talk here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy about how Gabe used to be the biggest Packers toad. Ribbit. And now not so much. Now he's kind of anti-Packers. And
that's unfair.
You just let me do the thing.
I've got the read in front of me. It doesn't say anything about anti-Packers.
Just so you know, we're not allowed to mention the word read on the show. So
I'm looking right at
messed up.
Doesn't matter.
We're not allowed to say that anymore.
Really?
Can you just
okay, go.
Lay out.
So you can help us re-toad Gabe and win some cool Green Bay football stuff in the process. Head to any one of our ESPN Milwaukee street team events coming up over the next month or so. Qualify to win signed memorabilia, a studio tour, and other great football prizes. Here's all you have to do. Go up to the ESPN Milwaukee street team with the secret phrase, Ribbit. There it is. Ribbit. Say Ribbit to the street team and they will enter you to win that list of prizes. The next place that you will see the street team, Monday at Potawatomi Sportsbook for Football Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Monday at Potawatomi Sportsbook, Football Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Say the secret phrase Ribbit, and you'll be entered to help us re-toad our friend Gabe.
I mean, it's game day, and he's wearing Bucks stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's very good.
We went
Look
too
at the
far.
evidence he's pulling.
You always
all this
wear
evidence.
Green Bay gear on game day.
Do you have a Green Bay shirt on
always wear
underneath
it
there?
The day before.
I do not.
Ugh.
No, I've got a running shirt on.
You broke him.
I think I did. Too many heebie-jeebies.
Speaking of, what do you think is going to be the outcome of the game tonight, Chew?
If Jordan Love plays well, they win. If he doesn't, they lose.
What is that? Are you hedging? That sounds like hedging.
Well, he
I
hedged
don't
week
think
2 when he picked the Packers to win, even though he thought they were going to lose.
If
So
I'll
he could
put it
be
this way,
right.
if he grades out a B or better, they win. If he grades out less than that, they lose.
What do you think, Gabe?
24-20 Lions.
I'm seeing that a lot.
Jair being out is scary just because Amon-Ra St. Brown is really good. I just don't have faith in. I mean, it could be Corey Ballantyne because Carrington Valentine,
Is there
who's their
any-
other corner, could also be out. He's questionable. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown's real good. Laporta has had a really good start as a tight end. I just think they're going to be able to protect better than New Orleans did. They'll have a better plan for Rashawn Gary.
It's going to come down to the line of scrimmage as it often does, turnovers, etc., as it often does. These have been low-scoring games between these two squads. 6 of the last 8 have been one-score games, but I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Keep it rolling, guys. 27-17. Green Bay. Maybe a little defensive, maybe a little Keyshawn Nixon getting in the end zone on a return. I don't know. Call me crazy. You guys will be recapping the Packers-Lions game tomorrow morning here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. They'll be talking Bucks. They'll be talking Packers on Wilde and Tausch right now on ESPN Milwaukee.
All right, and southbound 43 in Ozaki County, right about at Highway 60, we have the right lane blocked with a broken down semi, so watch out for that. We've also got southbound 43